Greetings and welcome back, fellow gamers.
What a serious tone.
Welcome to Cam and M play Dungeons and Dragons, Dragon of Icespire Peak. We've upgraded our setup slightly, and by upgraded I mean I just bought some lights and slapped them in the background for some atmosphere, and for other things later on. I didn't just buy them for this stream. Let's not get too carried away. Anyway, I am Cam, and I am joined as always by my lovely wife, Emily. Hello.
Hi.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling about as okay as I can be.
We are delighted that you could join us for this, which is the finale of our campaign tonight, and there's not too much that I have to say.
One way or another,
Yeah,
it ends tonight.
I mean, hopefully it ends in a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, there's a way we want it to end, and a way that it might end.
It's probably going to end. No, that's not true. It's going to be interesting. I've read through it and I've done what I can to try and make it fair. But we'll see. The difficulty was like trying to make it fair without just like making it easy. Because as a DM, I think one of my failings is I get too scared and I'll scale things back far too much, and then they just get ruffle stomped, and then it just becomes really anticlimactic. So it's still going to be tough. Like I'm pretty confident that it's still going to be tough.
Well, I hope I roll sort of like I rolled last night.
Yeah, like good. Let's pray for some good rolls for Dourrebelle.
Yeah. And
we will go from there. You know, if you're watching this live, please stick around afterwards, because we'll be doing like an adventure wrap up and maybe talking about how you felt about the game and collecting some feedback and stuff that I can carry forward into whatever we do next. There are follow-up adventures to Dragon of Icespire Peak, which we may go into if you guys want to see more of Dourrebelle and you want to see us carry on with her story. Then that's one option, or we can do something completely different, and maybe leave things as they are and carry on. But before we talk about what's next, let's deal with the elephant in the room, or should we say the dragon? And let's just what?
That's just a great segue.
We're really excited. Personally, I'm very pleased and very kind of impressed with the pair of us for being able to kind of persevere and do this almost every week for 14 weeks, and we've kept up with it, and we've got to the end of this. Normally, like Emily and I'm sure you'll agree, we're both quite faddy with stuff, and my attention and interest pinballs around.
Usually for me, it's just the energy.
Yeah, that was the other thing as well. It's an energy thing. I was really worried that we were going to burn out of steam, but we haven't. We've persevered. We've got here. That being said, I am both of us are going to be taking a week off next week. That's more just so we can have a bit of a break, and also so that we can figure out what we're going to do next and kind of get the groundwork of that setup. And I also want to make some improvements to our setup in here, which I've not really been able to do until now. So I keep tangenting because I'm nervous, so I'm putting it off. But let's keep going. So last we left off, dearest Emily, we
Who's Emily?
Dourrebelle and Quinn made their way to Icespire Peak and journeyed over the snowy, treacherous mountains, where you made an interesting discovery. You found your cousin Grigor buried in the snow partway up the mountain, who you since discovered had been leading your uncle Brathus,
my mortal enemy.
You have some definite beef with. So Grigor had been, who being a more worldly, adventurous type himself, had led him up here towards Icespire Keep, which is where you understand that the young white dragon Cryovein is
Living.
is making his home, and is pretty much the progenitor of all the problems that Phandalin and the nearby areas have faced until now. While on the way up, Grigor told you that Brathus met up with some mercenaries known as the Stone Cold Reavers, and after parleying with them, essentially told Grigor that his usefulness had been exhausted and left him to
dead.
die in the icy wastes. So his viewpoint now is that after Dourrebelle saved his life, he basically doesn't care what happens to his dad. As far as he's concerned, he's a dead man, as in Grigor himself is a dead man living solely due to the compassion of his cousin. So he's agreed to take Dourrebelle and Quinn there, and that's as far as we got with you. Overlooking the scene. I'll read this out again to just set the scene. Clouds partly obscure a stone fortress situated atop the icy spur of a jagged stone-covered mountain that you recognize as Icespire Peak, a landmark so enormous as to be visible from Phandalin on a clear day. The mountain dwarfs the fortress, which consists of two separate structures joined together by a stone bridge. A narrow, winding path corkscrews up the mountainside to the smaller of the two structures, and appears to be the only safe way to reach it by land. It is an unwelcome path, but not as unwelcome as the cold, howling wind that buffets you.
Ooh. And I'm assuming there are no living figures in sight besides the three of us.
Make a perception check. Set the tone for the evening.
Don't say that. I rolled a 2.
So we're off to a bad start.
Yeah, so perception is 4.
4.
Or 6, I mean, sorry. Can't do math.
The wind is kind of getting in your eyes, and it's hard. The snow blindness of the area as well. You can't make out any living creatures. And Grigor, who's kind of led you up until this point, says, well, this is me.
So you'll head back down the mountain now?
I will make my way. I'm done here. There's just one thing that I wanted to say before we part ways. Be very cautious. We've been kept abreast of your activities through various means, and I understand that you've achieved some great things in your time since being exiled by my father. The Reavers, they may not seem like much, but they're hardened criminals, and I recommend that they are not to be trifled with. They know how to fight, and at the very least they have advantage in you in terms of numbers. Just be careful.
I appreciate the sentiment.
I don't want to trade my life for yours. And with that, he doesn't say anything more. He just turns, and you watch him slowly disappear into like the white blanket behind you. Well, he was a barrel of laughs. Are we gonna go? It's cold.
I'm gonna cast Aid on us, and then we're gonna go.
Okay. At what level?
Just at level 2.
Okay. So, it was Aid a second level spell anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're...
I mean, I could cast it at higher level, but...
To give you a bit more of a boofer.
But,
Basically, you could do it at 3rd and increase your HP by 10.
I think I might do that, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go up to 56 hit points. No, it's not temporary hit points.
Oh, it's
Your hit points maximum increases, so click here and override your max HP to 56.
And then I have to do that for Quinn.
Do the same for Quinn, yeah. Go into customize for him. Max HP. What's that? 55?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And then just click off. Just there you go. Ah, okay. Right, so you focus and you
Yeah.
cast aid and you channel as hard as you can to get that extra oomph.
And I'm gonna tell Quinn that, like, just be like, I know it's cold and I know that you hate it up here, but please try to be as quiet as possible. I'd rather not. It's one thing that we have to find the dragon, but if there's a chance that we're going to find Brathus and what I think, how many reavers did he say he met up that were there? Like 3, I feel like.
Yeah, he said 3, but there could be more.
Yeah, but I mean, so there's at least 5 things to look out for. So, you know, I'll buy you some extra drink and whatever you want when we get back. Just.
But right,
I know it's tough.
I don't like that Grigor guy. Right, he's an asshole for what he was involved in and what him and his family did to you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But if he did say one thing that resonated with me, that I found relatable, was him saying that he was living solely because of you. And that's me. And I'm not just talking about the amount of times that you've saved my life. I'm talking about the fact that you dragged me out of those ruins made by that fucking pig thing and gave me a new lease of life. I wouldn't have done half the shit that I've done if it wasn't for you, regardless of whether you'd, heal my wounds or whatever. Alright?
Okay.
So, I will do my best to be quiet.
I just give him like a, and then
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the biggest challenge yet.
And start making my way, kind of quietly.
Okay, so let's have the pair of you make stealth checks.
This will be
so
great.
you get advantage.
Yeah. Which I'm glad to have. Hopefully. No. Well. Wow. This is not gonna go well. No, it's not. 7 and a 6.
Jesus Christ. Are you sure you don't want to use new dice? I normally don't subscribe to that, but you've rolled in 4 dice. You haven't rolled higher than a 10.
Maybe I should use my dice from last night.
That's impressive.
The fact that you of all people was like, maybe you should change your dice.
I'm not usually a fan of dice karma, but
apparently dice karma is here. I'll put that set out and
okay, we'll go from there. They look good together, so it's fine. Okay, so fortunately, you are aided by the by the weather itself, and as you start making your way over the narrow trail, as it twists up and around towards the kind of the smaller of the 2 buildings that make up this keep, you can see tracks in front of you in the snow that look to have been in single file, and you're going to have to do the same. So which of the pair of you is going to go first?
I'm just checking something real quick. I'll go first just because I know Quinn can hide behind me.
Okay. So yeah, he kind of takes position behind you. He draws his bow ready because he's not going to fight anything with his sword right now, but he is doing his best to keep stum. But the wind is harsh, and it's kind of taking everything that you can just to stay stable on this path as it makes its way around. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Using my new dice. Wow. 10.
So you tried to gain the probability now, so
Well, so 10 total.
10 total. You glance up as you get closer to the gatehouse, and you do spot a you can see like on the the second story. I think it's the second story. This map isn't entirely. Yeah, on the second story of this building, you do see a shadow in one of the arrow slits.
Okay.
That is there, and then it's gone.
Dourrebelle just grumbles. I guess we will. I'll have my shield up, but I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. You bring your shield up, and you find yourself arriving at the outer door of what appears to be a gatehouse. Yeah, the door is shut.
If I push on it, does it feel like it has any give?
You push on it, and it opens. The door is unlocked. You notice that it can be barred from behind, but it appears that hasn't been done.
Well, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were partly expecting this.
As you step in, you find yourselves in an empty stables. So it's quite possible that horses were once kept here
when it wasn't when it wasn't a snowy shitstorm.
In the time since this place was built, it's just become too treacherous for
animals,
horses to be viable.
Yeah.
There is where are we? You know what? It's going to be easier for me if I do this like that. So that arcs over. So if you're on the north side of this room,
okay.
As you kind of head down towards the southern area of these stables, there are 4 doors. There's one that's kind of in the upper. There's one in the upper west, one in the lower west, one in the to the south, and then one to the east.
What direction did that shadow go?
It was difficult to tell because of where you were looking at it face on. You don't know whether it went deeper inside the building or to a different direction, or
right.
All you know is that it left your sight.
Right. Okay. Never mind then. Did you say there's one door to the east?
There's one door to the east. Yeah.
I'll make my way to that one.
Okay. You open that door and you see in front of you a kind of a 10-foot by 15-foot room that's just full of barrels and crates.
Supplies.
Do you want to check?
Yeah, I'll just do like a cursory
as you go and kind of go to open one of the barrels, it falls apart.
Like just crumbles?
Yeah, it's so old and brittle that it just seems to disintegrate as you even try to interact with it.
Do all of them look like that?
Yes.
Would it have been like a food storage room, perhaps?
Difficult to tell. Whatever was in here, it's gone.
Okay, I'll go back out into the other room.
Okay. So you've got one door to the south, one door, and then 2 doors to the east. 2 doors to the west. Sorry.
Let's go to the south.
Okay. So you go to open this door, and there are people waiting for you.
Great.
So there are there's a clear space in the middle of this room. It seems like whatever was in here, it might have been a barracks at one point or another. There are just like bits of wooden cots that are scattered over the place. There is kind of a small gathering in the center where there are like bedrolls and stuff that have been laid out, and some like utensils for eating kind of been left on the floor. There are 4 figures that stand. They haven't got weapons drawn, but they're expecting you, and weapons are at the ready.
Okay.
There are two males and 2 females. So there's one lady who seems to have kind of like a brash expression on her face. She's got like tightly tied back red hair. There's an older looking gentleman who definitely looks like he's past his prime, who looks a bit nervous. There is a second gentleman who's got like a thick beard and looks incredibly grumpy. And finally, there's another lady. There's like a muscle-bound woman with long black hair and these piercing blue eyes that doesn't seem to be phased.
Right.
And that one just says, "Shouldn't fall off." And the other lady with the red hair just says, "Good evening.
Whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
My name is Silene. I'm what you could suppose call the leader of this band that are here. Who might you be?"
I'm sure you already know my name, but I am Dourrebelle Bouldervein.
Sorry, doesn't ring any bells. Look, I'm gonna cut the shit. We're here because we've been promised that once that dragon up there wakes up from its sleep and fucks off, everything that's there, its horde, dragons have hordes, it's ours. It's been promised to us.
By Brathos.
Yeah. Funnily enough. Why are you here?
Honestly, I'm here to kill the dragon.
Why?
Because I don't seems like I've been following this dragon's sort of activities, I suppose, and it's probably making its home here, so whatever time it leaves, it will be back.
Well, we don't care about that. When it leaves, we're gonna grab the shit and get out of here.
How do you... Oh, I don't want to say that because that might be metagamey. I mean, I don't really give a shit about the treasure. I just want to be rid of the dragon.
Roll a persuasion check. She looks at you with suspicion.
I mean, I'm not lying. Persuasion.
No, well, that's why I'm telling you to roll persuasion, not perception. She just doesn't believe you.
15.
15. Her eyes narrow. Then you can tell that she's kind of finding it hard to process that you're doing this for altruistic reasons. And she just says, right. Okay. She looks at the others who kind of are like, what? Are you sure? She goes, how about we make a deal?
What kind of deal?
I don't know where our employer is fucked off to. He said he was looking for something. The way I see it is, if you successfully kill this dragon, then we have all the time in the world to do what we need to do and get out of here. And I'll be frank. And she looks at the others and says, I have a feeling that Mr. Boulderbane is going to backstab us. I think he wants the treasure. So, how about you do me a favour? You get there first and make sure he doesn't do that. We can take our treasure. We can also take our money that he so kindly paid us in advance. And we'll be out of your hair. But if you set foot or hand or face or what the fuck ever on what is rightfully ours, we will tear you to pieces.
I have no issues with that.
Means less work for us, ultimately more money. And it's not like you can leave unless you jump off the mountain, in which case we'll just pick up your body.
I'd rather not. I'd rather save my strength for the dragon, so I do not mind making such a deal.
Very well. Actually, let's sweeten it a little bit for us, seeing as we're permitting you to do this. I want some collateral.
Why do you want collateral on top of the fact that you already outnumber us?
I don't know. Just to make sure you don't get any funny ideas.
Don't really know what to offer as collateral. It's not like I have anything here good. Well, that's all my equipment.
I mean, you've got things that you don't need. You could just try and Quinn just like nudges you. It's like, what about that? What about that?
I know you think this is cool, but I will go into my bag and I will pull out the Dread Helm, the Loot of Illusions, and the Mystery Key, and I will just hold them up and be like, how about these?
Alright, what are they?
So this is the Dread Helm. This is a Loot of Illusions. And this is a Mystery Key, which has a chance of opening any locked door, or anything locked.
So why are these important to you? Why are they worthwhile to leave behind with us?
I mean, Quinn really likes the loot and the helmet.
I do really like the helmet. It makes your eyes glow red. It's badass.
But the mystery.
And then the kind of more portly guy.
Yeah.
Is like what really?
I put it on Quinn's head.
That's amazing. Hey, do you think it would work if you put it on a dog? And then the guy would be like, shut up about your fucking dogs.
And the mystery key, I mean, I've been holding on to it to find, particularly interesting treasure or whatever, but I'm willing to give it to you.
Look, Celine, I mean, these are good. Even if they try, we can still use these. Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow. No, it's only a 9.
How?
I rolled a 1 and a 9.
What the fuck?
Maybe I should switch back to the green ones.
I mean, you could have just rolled them both.
I could have just.
You rolled with advantage.
I should have rolled them both.
You know how it works.
I'm sorry.
Speed. I don't know. This is terrible. Oh, we'll just say you're getting the bad ones out of the way.
I'd like to think.
It's not how probability works in the slightest.
I'd like to pretend that's how it is.
Was it a 9? Did he say?
Yes.
How much money have you got on you?
I have 181 gold.
Give it to us.
As collateral. Fine.
You hand over all of your money to them, and she just kind of like.
I wasn't lying.
She just. All right.
I'm surprised she doesn't see the holy symbol. Like, probably have a holy symbol on me somewhere. But yeah.
She goes, Jabal, count that, and she chucks it to the guy with the beard, who immediately starts kind of like muttering expletives under his breath. It's like, why do I have to count fucking money?
It's fucking stupid bullshit money.
Starts rummaging through, and then Celine just says, "Right, very well. We'll give you the run of the place. Just be wary, as I mentioned before. The dragon is asleep right now. Don't wake it up. Unless you intend to kill it."
Oh, I intend to kill it.
What I'm saying is, don't make any unnecessarily loud noises while you're poking around in here, in case it wakes up. It's going to make all of our lives a lot harder, and then we'd have to kill you if the dragon doesn't get there first.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right, well, safe travels. The other lady with the black hair just kind of winks at you. She's got kind of like this. She's finding the whole situation. She hasn't said anything this entire.
She just thinks it's funny.
She just finds the whole thing amusing.
Oh, so she's winking because she thinks it's funny.
Yeah, she thinks it's funny, and she thinks that you're probably going to die. So.
Oh.
So yeah, so you leave that room much lighter.
I'm not super. I'm annoyed, but I'm not super bothered. But Quinn is probably, I imagine, dying on the inside.
Yeah, he's just like, what the fuck, man? You gave them all that money. Why didn't we just kill them?
Because we need all of our strength to kill the dragon.
No, fair point. So where are you going now? You've got the two western doors.
Sorry, there's a bug on the table and I want to kill it.
Yeah.
But of course it's climbing on my dice, which I can't slap.
Rubbing its bad juju all over it.
I know, get your bad juju off my dice. Okay, sorry. Well,
it's I want dragon.
I want to take the I mean, we're gonna be moving quietly, like as quietly as possible. And I want to basically sort of, I guess, take the shortest route to the dragon. I mean, we're not here to fuck around and look for shit. We're here. We want to find the dragon.
Well, you don't know where that is.
Oh, they didn't tell us where the dragon is, did they?
I mean, they said that it's sleeping. If you'd asked them, they would have told you that it's on the roof.
Oh, well, they said that they would give us a run of the place.
No.
Oh, they meant
gave
like
you the run of the place.
Oh, right, okay.
Means they're just gonna let you explore unmolested.
Would it be safe to assume that I could guess it's probably on the roof?
No, we'll just say that Celine told you that it's sleeping on the roof. Don't wake it up.
Until I plan to kill it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna quietly make our way to the roof.
Well, you don't know how to get to the roof. I'm telling you, there are two doors on the western wall.
Okay, I'm gonna try the left one then.
It's like, yeah, we go there.
So, yeah, I just go.
That's not how dungeons work, Emily.
No, man.
How long have you been playing D&D?
No, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just going. Just eat it. Just fucking eat it. The left door.
They're both on the left. They're on the western wall.
I'm facing the doors and I'm picking the left door.
Okay. So, right. So you enter into an old smithy. There's an anvil that's resting on the floor nearby to a fireplace that doesn't look like it's been lit in years. The place is scattered with rusty tools and old horseshoes.
Okay.
It's a mess.
So there's no other doors. I'm assuming it's just the one door.
It's the one that's left, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave and then go through the other door.
Okay. As you open that door, it opens out immediately into a set of stairs that go upwards and turn to the east. To the east, the north, sorry. The entire wall kind of around this side is covered with arrow slits.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look outside one of the arrow slits, you see the winding path that leads up to the gatehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And you make the connection that this is probably where you make the connection that one of the shadows was probably one of the reavers that saw you and then went to alert the others.
Yeah.
So you're at that point where
I saw
where
someone.
they were there.
Okay.
From here, there is only one door on this floor to the western side.
And I will go to it.
Okay. You open the door, and once again, you're hit with this blast of icy wind as a 35-foot long stone bridge connects over this massive, what looks like an endless cavern. There are like 3-foot high stone railings on either side. Can you really call them railings if they're made of stone and they're on the side of the anyway? And it seems to be the one pathway that connects this gatehouse to the main fortress on the other side.
Okay.
Sorry, wait 1 second. Okay, you can see on the opposite wall next to the door is an iron bell that's got a short rusty chain dangling down from it. The door itself is ajar. The crossbar that would have held it shut in the past completely broken,
Okay.
giving you the impression that it's been forced open at some point.
Okay. I will make my way through then.
Okay, so you make your way past. Quinn makes a very quiet complaint about it was warmer and you slowly make your way through. You pass through the fortress entrance, which is just a short, empty corridor that's got arrow slits on both the north and the south walls. And you arrive in a large chamber that's kind of the...
Sorry. I killed the bug. I'm sorry.
The wall is decorated. The wall was decorated at one point, you assume, but it seems like any kind of decor that was on the walls have been like torn down. There are like hooks on the walls where things maybe have been hung that have been like partially ripped out. There are tapestries on the floor. Some of them have been like completely destroyed. You can also see that there are a dozen humanoid skeletons lying in rusty armor that have been scattered amongst the debris. Painted on the floor is a 10-foot diameter shield-shaped crest that features a black tower being struck by a golden bolt of lightning.
Do I recognize it?
Roll a history check.
I'm gonna try the green ones. 18.
18. You recognize this as it's old and it's kind of odd, but you do recognize it as the emblem of the warlord Delsendra Amzar, who was a warlord who presumably had this place built. You kind of think back, and she was a very prominent warlord back in the olden times. You would have during your studies, you would have come across the name a couple of times through study of history and everything there. However, you do know that this was her stronghold for a long time until orcs took it over, and the orcs have lived here ever since until Cryovein turned up.
Yeah. Okay.
And then as you're kind of glancing around, you look up and you can see 3 creatures flittering around anxiously towards the ceiling. And you look up and you recognize them as the same creatures that you came across in the woodland manse. They're sturges. They're winged like bat-like creatures with a long proboscis, and they are immediately going to attack. So
Initiative
time. What do you mean? Oh, what? Why does it put all these filters on? Get out of it. Get out of it. Get out of it.
God damn.
Are you serious? Oh, it's because okay. I found that I can add Quinn's stat block to the encounters without having to like manually put him in. But of course, because he's technically challenge rating 6, as soon as I put him in, it's like 3 Sturges, deadly encounter. I'm just like, what? Sorry, bear with me a sec. I fucked up. I put in the characters from a different game showed up.
Surprise guest appearances.
I don't even know why I'm doing this. This probably isn't going to be a very long fight.
Because
okay,
why not?
What did you get? What did Dourrebelle get?
15.
15? What did Quinn get?
20.
Cool. Okay, so Quinn goes first.
He's gonna shoot a longbow shot at one of the dudes.
Okay,
well actually, he's gonna shoot 2.
He gets 2, yeah. So
he's gonna shoot 2. I believe that hits. Longbow.
+6 to hit.
Oh yeah, 18 to hit.
18, yeah, that definitely hits.
And then I'll roll the second one. 14 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say that you hit 2 of them.
Okay. I'm assuming they don't have that much health. That's why you said.
They have 2 hit points.
Oh, really? So like.
So it's probably dead. In fact, no, it's definitely dead. Because even if you roll a 1.
I mean, that's a 3, and that's another 3.
Yeah,
so 3
boom,
plus.
boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, Quinn just effortlessly shoots 2 of them out of the sky before you even register what's going on. He's just like, boom, boom, your turn, and it is, lo and behold, your turn.
I'm gonna shoot a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
And get a natural 20. Why? What a waste.
Careful of
Sorry.
battering the
microphone.
microphone.
Sorry, guys. So yeah, I got a natural 20. So
it's dead.
Yeah.
We'll just say that it's straight up dead.
It just
even if you roll 2 1s, it dies.
It just explodes.
I like how it took me longer to set up the encounter on D&D Beyond than the actual encounter.
You did just say like, oh, this might be a waste of time because it's not gonna last long, and it literally just took. In what is it in combat terms? It didn't even take 6 seconds.
I apologize, but there we go. It's done.
Incredible.
So the room is now empty. It's yours to do with as you will.
I'm gonna roll my dice here on camera just so that there's something people can look at. Is there a door on the other side of the room?
So there is a door on the southern wall.
I'm gonna make my way towards it.
Okay.
Quietly.
Okay, so you open the door.
Yeah.
And you find yourself in a hallway. There are 2 doors on the southern wall, and a single door on the western wall.
So many doors.
Well, it is a stronghold.
Let me just check something real quick. No, I don't have anything that can help me with that. So you said there's 2 doors on the...
2 doors to the south, 1 door to the west.
Can I just check the western door?
Okay, so you go over to the west and you open the door. You find yourself in a room filled with empty weapon racks. Not only are they empty, they are on the floor and completely smashed amidst the remains of wooden mannequins. And very similar to the room that you were just in, there are kind of rusty hooks on the wall where weaponry probably once was held. There is a door immediately opposite you, about 15 foot across.
Quietly make my way over and check it.
Okay, so you open the door again. You find yourself in another corridor. So this corridor makes its way up. There's a door immediately to your south. The corridor goes up, and there's a corner. There's a door leading to the east at the very top of this corridor. There is a spiral staircase to the north leading up, and there appears to be what was a wall at one point on the western side of this corridor, but it's completely collapsed, revealing a path to another room that's completely open.
Can we see into that room?
If you make your way over so if you turn and go into the room, so you're going to pass by the spiral staircase.
Yeah.
And you arrive at where are we? Oh my god, come on. I've got like my notes on one side of the screen and I've got the adventure on the other side of the screen. And because this is only a small laptop screen, everything is super fiddly. But it was what I had to do. You find yourself in quite a large chamber, which you're kind of immediately hit with this smell of filth. And there's like a fireplace that's been built up, and loads of maybe what used to be furniture and things that existed in this room have all been burnt up. There's just wreckage like charcoal wreckage everywhere. You can see on the on the southern side, you can see that the wall has been completely broken in, and that just leads to a kind of cliffside that seems to arc all the way around the building, and you can just see wreckage and broken wall and shit where you assume that the dragon has like torn through the building at some point trying to get somewhere or at someone. Where are we? So yeah, this place is basically just a ruin.
Okay.
But more importantly to you, standing on the opposite end of the room, looking through a leather sack, kind of like picking coins out of a leather sack, stands a dwarf with kind of ashen hair that sprawls out from all sides of his face, wearing these kind of like stark reds and blacks, kind of this combination of like chainmail and robes almost, although a bit more militaristic than that. You recognize it as your uncle. It is Brathus Boulderbane.
Has he noticed us?
He certainly has, because you weren't making any effort to be stealthy as you were kind of coming through these rooms, and you've been opening doors and stuff and kind of making incidental noise as you've gone through.
Not enough to alert a dragon.
No, but enough to alert somebody who was just idling in one of the rooms nearby. Right. So yeah, as you kind of peer in, he looks up and his gaze meets yours. A gaze that you're very familiar with. It's this. He's got these sunken, kind of like dull eyes that are just filled with nothing but a callous loathing. And he just looks at you and he says, Dourrebelle, I was wondering when you'd show up. You're late.
I'm sorry, I had to make a quick pit stop on my way over.
Oh, did you see your cousin, did you?
I did.
Well, I'm sure that was nice for the pair of you.
Certainly was.
But his accent disappeared then. I apologise.
Well, it's okay because Dourrebelle's accent is very inconsistent. It doesn't exist because I can't do accents. So, what you looking for?
You and I both know that that's not your concern.
Oh, but I think it is. I'd very much like to know, because, you know, I'm very nosy.
Aye. That's your... Look. I have business with the dragon upstairs.
And I care why.
What are you going to do about it? You couldn't stop me then. What makes you think you'll stop me now?
I'm gonna go kill a fucking dragon, and I'm gonna leave the room. I'm gonna walk away.
He kind of... Quinn is just like... he has no idea what's going on, but he just turns and watches you leave, and it's just like... See you later, Brathus.
Yeah, because as soon as he's all like, I've got business with the dragon, Dourrebelle's right. I'm gonna go fucking kill the dragon.
He doesn't respond. He's just like, right, very well, good luck.
She's not even listening to him.
And he just carries on counting the money in this pouch. So you make your way back outside, kind of leaving him to whatever he's doing. And where are you going now?
I'm going to go up the spiral staircase.
Okay.
Quietly as possible.
So you quietly make your way up the spiral staircase, and you find yourself. Let me just double check the map. Yeah. So the spiral staircase immediately comes out into a very large chamber, that you presume is immediately on top of the chamber where you saw Brathus. It's you see in this room, this place is decorated with what appears to be the spoils of war, including what could have possibly been at one point very impressive looking furniture that's been frozen, destroyed, just completely screwed over. The majority of the things that would have had value here don't have value anymore. You can see kind of like piled on top of the various trophies, there is a severed hand that looks like an orcish hand, as well as various heads of in different states of decay belonging to different races. What you would assume could have been trophies of the orcs that took over this place. There is oh no, that's fine. That's pretty much everything.
Were there any doors in this room?
There is not a door as such, but as you kind of look through the room, there is a wall to the on the east side that has been broken in. So it's like it's cold up here, very cold up here.
Where does it face out to?
It faces out to the east.
How can I kind of sort of look up and see how far away from the roof I am?
If you peer outside, it is the roof.
Oh, it faces out onto the roof.
So you look outside and you can see on the far end a large white blob that on closer inspection and kind of like getting your eyes adjusted is a curled up sleeping white dragon. There it is, real as there's kind of a moment hits you where you're like, this is it, this thing that I've kept seeing flying around in the sky.
It's right there in front of me.
All these rumors, all this evidence that I've seen, everything's come together to this point. It's real.
How wide is the roof?
Very, very wide is the answer to your question.
Is it slanted?
No, this is a keep, so it's just like a flat.
It's a flat
roof.
Does it mean it has like the brick guarding on the sides?
Yeah, it's got like a 3 foot high.
So it's basically like a battle arena area.
Basically, it's a boss arena.
It's a boss arena, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna walk through the fog gate.
The dragon is there sleeping, and Quinn is just kind of like, fucking there it is.
Yeah, I know. Are you ready to tussle with this thing?
You got any like what are we doing? What do we have anything that we need to do to get ready? Have you got any spells or any shit that you want to do beforehand?
Yes. I'm gonna peel back in just so if I do cast stuff. I mean, I imagine it'll be hard for him to hear anyways, but I kind of want to back up to a point where like if I cast something, it won't be noticed.
Yeah. So just to kind of give you an idea of how big this place is, there's a little bit of the area that's taken up by the room that you're in, but it's mostly like a 140 foot by 140 foot flat roof.
Oh, you wouldn't even be able to draw it on the map.
No, I did try earlier. I thought it would have been cool to put it on here, but this is too low down. So you only get like a small, like there would have been.
Yeah, because like I think even if you did like these squares as 10, it still would be too big.
Yeah, it would have been tough. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. The other thing that you do notice is that the floor is completely frozen. There's just like a sheet of ice over the whole thing. Another thing that you notice, interestingly, you don't see any treasure anywhere.
No. Okay, so no, that's only a minute.
Well, a minute is a long time in combat. You have to remember.
Yeah, it's true. I was just wondering if this might be a little bit, but I can only use that on one person. but it might be better than this. I'm going to cast Protection from Energy on Quinn.
Okay.
Did it register? Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you use your second, third level spell slot. You grab Quinn.
Yeah, and I use Protected from cold damage.
Shocker. Okay, yeah. So he
probably doesn't feel as cold now.
He feels this like warmth pumping through his body, and he's just like, oh, "You've done this before, haven't you?"
Yes.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, no, it's not, but good.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get what you meant.
Okay, excellent. So you are concentrating right now. Just bear that in mind.
I'll use this D4 as my concentration hat. I'll just put it there.
Is there anything else that you would like to do before going in?
I'm gonna ready the potion of invulnerability for myself.
When you say ready it, what do you mean by that?
Like, I'm gonna get ready to drink it.
Oh, so are you gonna like drink it as soon as the dragon wakes up?
Kind of as soon as things start going, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you've got it in your hand, ready to go.
And I'm gonna and I'm gonna turn to Quinn, and I'm gonna say, now Quinn, you know how you really like that necklace of fireballs and you've been really wanting to throw it? We're gonna use that as our opening shot. So you're gonna throw the whole thing at the dragon.
Are you sure?
Why not?
Well, I have this. And he pulls out the Dragon Slayer longsword, and he just kind of says, I've got this weird feeling, like something that I've never felt before, with this thing in my hand and that thing out there. I really want to stab it.
I don't believe in necklace. I mean, unless you want me to throw it and you to just...
I'm trying not to be the overbearing DM. Okay. I'm gonna tell you something, and then you can decide, because you might not know this, because I don't think you've come across the situation before. The dragon is asleep, therefore it's considered incapacitated. And when a creature is incapacitated, any hit counts as a critical hit. Which doesn't affect a fireball, but it does affect a weapon attack, like the Dragon Slayer. So it'll have disadvantage on the saving throw against the fireball, because it can't move. I think it might even automatically fail. Let me just double check that. So that's the trade-off, basically. Let me just double check incapacitated. And the reason why I say I don't think you've come across this before is because I haven't come across this before.
We're learning something new.
Conditions. I don't want... The thing that really annoys me about D&D Beyond is if you search for one thing, it gives you the same...
it gives you everything of the same name.
If it's been reprinted in different things, it comes up multiple times. So, like, and the first result, for some reason, is the friggin' Rick and Morty supplement. So that I click the first one being like, oh yeah, that's what I want. And then I can't access it because, like, I haven't got the Rick and Morty thing.
Okay.
Sorry, give me a sec.
No, it's okay.
I'm a bit confused.
Does lightning bolt have a range?
Yeah.
Is the range
It's
30
like 150 feet or something.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a good long range. Okay, I've said it now. I'll double check it afterwards. But so the way that I'm ruling it is, if Quinn makes a physical attack, then he will have advantage on the attack, and if it crits, it'll be an auto crit because, I mean, he can just slide the dagger, the sword into its neck with no resistance. However, if you were to choose to cast Fireball or use your Lightning Charm and cast Lightning Bolt, it would automatically fail the saving throw because it doesn't know it's coming. It can't get out of the way.
Mm-hmm. I've got an idea.
But whatever you do first, the other one will be impacted. You see what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It will stop being incapacitated, and therefore, if you do both at the same time, only one can get the benefit of incapacitated, is what I'm saying.
No, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to try and get the drop on him. Because the fireballs can be thrown.
They can.
So it might be better to save it, to throw it.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna tell Quinn, be like, if you really want to stab him, you can stab him. But be ready with that necklace of fireballs. But just know that if you're gonna throw it, you better back up. You have resistance to cold, but not to fire.
Right. Everything's leading up to this. Let's do it. Okay. So I want you to roll initiative. Oh, hang on. Fuck. There we go. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, jeez. So Dourrebelle got 11.
Okay.
Quinn got 13. He's got +1 on his deck, so he got 13.
Okay. So, the Cryovein technically is surprised because we're in initiative, but he doesn't know what's going on, so he has the surprised condition. He can't act this turn, otherwise he would have gone first. So Quinn, I suppose you would have time to make his way over before.
The plan is we're gonna quietly as possible.
It's hard to keep your footing. You really have to struggle.
Well, it's part of the reason why.
Over.
Well, it's part of the reason why I asked if the roof was sloped and not.
No,
flat.
It's not sloped, but it is frozen because it's not sloped.
Yeah.
It's completely frozen over, and you are slipping a little bit.
Okay.
If you try and move quickly, could cause problems.
Okay.
But you slowly make your way over. Quinn, how far away are you going to stay? Like, where are you going to be positioned relative to Quinn?
Like 20 feet away from him.
Okay. So you stay behind him. He's got his protection from energy on. You've got the potion in your hand. When are you going to drink the potion? Are you going to do it before we kick off?
Basically, when Quinn stabs that dragon, I'm going to take it.
So we'll say that you chug it down now.
Okay. Yeah. So for a minute, I have resistance.
So
it's resistance to all damage.
So 10 rounds.
So should we have a tally of that going?
Well, I've got it here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I've got a round counter.
Cool.
Okay. Make an attack with advantage with the Dragon Slayer longsword.
Where's the dragon? Is it +9 to hit?
Yep.
Yeah, that's 22.
22?
Oh, 23. Because it's a 14. 14
so,
plus 9.
Quinn rears up and it's just like, and in his head, and it kind
He's trying to think of something cool.
In his head, he kind of mutters like, "Quinn, I topple, Dragon Slayer," and at the sound of that whisper, the dragon's eye opens and he goes, "Oh fuck!" and then slams the sword directly into its neck. It kind of just screams like "ah!" Like its wings go whoosh into the air, like snow and icicles kind of like break off it and snap everywhere.
Fuck.
Quinn's kind of like blown back. Shit! That hit. It's a crit. So roll 2d8, and because it's a dragon, roll 66.
Okay, hold on. Let's do it one step
Let's do the base damage. So do 2d8.
So that's 11. Well, that's 11 on the 2d8. So
11 plus 4.
11, so it's 15.
Okay.
And then 66.
66. As Quinn puts the sword in, it's almost like the Dragon Slayer glows like this unnatural light. And yeah, just whoosh.
1, 2, 3. I need one more d6.
Well, I put these aside for a reason. Just gonna get all the dice out.
Ooh, satisfying! Oh man. Okay, so 1, 3, 6, 12, 18, 23.
23 on the dice.
Yeah, so it's 23 plus.
That's what I already did the additional.
Okay, good.
So yeah, that's a huge hit. The dragon like rears up, it's like ah,
like flips his shit.
Who dares strike Cryovein while he slumbers? It's just like, yeah, that was me. Sorry.
Except you're not sorry.
No, I'm not.
You're not sorry. We're trying to kill it.
Intruders, you will be my next meal. Apologies for the screaming.
I was gonna say, careful.
I'm
with the
hoping
mic.
hopefully the compression does its job. Thank you, compression gods.
Apologies in advance for your ears.
Okay, so that was Quinn's action. Is he going to do anything else?
I mean, he's in melee and it's awake, but I mean, I suppose this is still the first round of initiative, isn't it?
Yes.
But he can't back if he'll get an attack of opportunity if he
Yeah,
backs
because
up.
he's well and truly awake. He can use reactions now.
Okay, that's Quinn's just gonna be like, "Sup, bitch."
Yep. Okay. He's going to stay there and kind of hold his ground.
Yeah.
It is now your turn.
I am going to yeah, why not? I'm gonna use my last charm of the storm.
So you're going to need to move to make sure you don't hit Quinn.
I will. I'll move a little bit.
Okay, so you kind of like arc around to the side, and it's not that Dourrebelle wants to do it. It's that whatever
thing it is,
whatever like entity has kind of like bestowed this charm upon you that's kind of lingering in your brain. It's like the spell from the Color of Magic. It wants to be cast. Like it's just waiting in your brain. Like let's do it. Come on, let's go. And you kind of duck around to the side to make sure that you don't hit Quinn with it, and you whoosh, let out the lightning bolt attack.
Yeah.
I'm going to move my dice out of my dice tray.
How many d6s do I need to roll?
Well, hang on. Let me do the thing first. What's the DC on it?
Oh, it doesn't say.
So that's going to be your spell save DC. So if you go to your actions or your spells, whichever. So it's 15. Okay. That's an 18, so it's saved.
Oh shit!
It kind of like lunges itself out of the way, but it still takes half damage. So go ahead and roll. I think it's 8d6 for lightning bolt.
It's a 3rd level lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't know if you could cast it at higher levels, so.
You can't.
Could you imagine a 9th level lightning bolt?
Yeah, 8d6 damage.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This mic is kind of inconvenient.
No, it's not that the mic is inconvenient. It's that you've decided to roll your dice there that's inconvenient.
I've always had trouble rolling my dice with this mic.
Because you're rolling the dice there.
But even when I'm rolling them there's like nowhere in front of me I can put the dice tray.
You could put it there and roll them there.
Yeah, but I'm rolling
There's so many. I know you want to roll them on camera,
Well, it's
but
because
that's your choice.
Well, that's because there's nothing else going on with that space, so I thought it would be nice to have something they can see.
Well, apart from our beautiful faces.
Yes. 6, 12, 16.
This domestic
17.
brought to you by Dungeons and Dragons.
That was a 1, so it's 20. 24. 28. 30. 30 damage. Halved, so 15
damage. Okay. So yeah, you strike out and it's just like...
So you can have that back
It roars at you. Very, very unimpressed with the fact that you've struck it with a lightning bolt. You can kind of see the smell of like rapidly melted water, like kind of like that evaporates through the air.
Yeah,
when
you boil
ozone.
water, yeah.
Yeah, and then like it crackles across its body. It's just like It is now the dragon's turn, and it kind of arcs itself around, so it lines itself up with you and Quinn, and just says, "Vengeance!" And it kind of, and then blasts this icy cold cone of breath that shoots towards the pair of you. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
I'll do mine first. Ooh, no. Quinn. Oh, shit. Quinn got a 9. Oh, wait. He's got... No, his con save. So it's a 9 and a...
No, it's 10, because he still has a bonus.
No, I'm saying he got an 8 on the die, so
right,
it's only
okay.
+1, so he got a 9. Sorry.
Chill.
Sorry.
You've been hit with cold breath. Chill out.
No.
Chill out.
So...
What if I made the dragon sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, don't.
Who dares intrude on my property?
No, because it just
That's not... I don't know who the fuck that is.
No, because it just makes me think of my Dragonborn guy. So Queen got a 9 and I got a 4.
Okay, so you both fail, is basically what you're telling me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll some dice.
But remember, I am immune.
Not
resistant.
immune,
I'm
you're-
resistant to all damage, and Quinn is resistant to cold.
to all damage. 6. Where's the other one? Oh, there we go. Give me this.
The bad juju on my dice.
Your own dice have turned against you.
No.
So that's... Oh god, that was a good roll as well. So, it's a good thing you had that potion and that protection from cold and that aid. You take 42 points of cold damage, halved 21. Both of you.
Jesus.
As this blast of air, it's like nothing you've ever felt before. And it like you can feel it like encasing around your body, and you're just like you have to like snap it off of you, and it's just not pleasant in the slightest.
No.
I did also, now that I think about it, I should have made you roll a dex save when you moved, but never mind.
I need to roll a Constitution save
For protection from energy.
Yeah.
So you took 21 damage. So
yeah,
it's still 10.
No. That was a natural 1.
Natural 1. The protection from... To be fair, though, the protection from energy has done its job. It just saved Quinn from 21 points of damage.
Yes, but I wanted it to last longer than that. At least it lasted longer than Shield of Faith.
It's true.
Which always seems to go down.
It did some good work, and you've still got the invulnerability potion, so you're still going strong. It kind of rears up, and you see its wings fold out. It's like...
Okay.
It's Quinn's turn. Also, Quinn would have had a second attack last turn. You dingus.
Oh, with the sword.
He gets 2 attacks.
Shit.
Well, It's too late now, but just bear it in mind.
I always forget. Okay. Well, he's going at it with the Dragon Slayer sword twice. So first strike.
So I think you just got caught up in the excitement of the auto crit, so don't beat
Well,
yourself up about
I think it's because because they rolled the same, so I guess I just kind of, pardon me, my brain was probably just like, oh, it's 2 attacks, instead of being like, oh no, that's only 1 attack doubled. Four plus 9.
So 13.
Yeah.
13 does not hit.
He can re-roll natural ones. No, doesn't hit. Sorry, Mike. He doesn't hit. He got another 4.
4. So just the dragon, now fully awake and alert of what's going on, is like dodging the strikes. He's definitely paying attention to the longsword because of how much damage it did to it. It's a bit like shit. Okay, your turn. Does Quinn want to second wind?
No.
Okay.
He can hold on. He's gonna hold on to that.
Okay, it's your turn.
I'm gonna second level guiding bolt him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack. Looks good.
It looks like a 19 plus.
19 plus 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely hits. So you kind of focus and you're like shivering from the cold as you pull out your holy symbol and you're like,
I'm just like Moradin, please guide me.
And then you thrust your arm out and the blast of radiant energy melts the ice off of your arm as you shoot it forwards and it strikes the dragon in its like core of its chest. Go ahead and roll damage. How much damage is that?
5d6.
Oh
my god. So that's 18.
26. I see.
Well, that's an 8.
I see 26.
I can't do math very fast.
Yes,
so
26.
26. Yes. Basically, that was a really good roll.
Yeah, it was a really good roll. And now it's kind of like shimmering with this radiant energy that's going to guide the next strike. However, the dragon gets to go next.
Can I move?
You can.
I want to move. Can I move in such a way that? Is there any way I can move in such a way that it won't have it like it won't be able to just directly shoot me and Quinn?
You'd have to try and flank it. Basically, you'd either have to get like an exact right angle, or you'd have to flank it because the blast is like a 30-foot cone, so it goes out massively from its front.
Yeah. Is there any way I can do that with my movement?
I mean, yeah, we'll say that because Quinn's in pretty close quarters, and so
I kind of want to arc.
You can at least get it to a right angle and get out of that range.
Yeah.
As you start to move, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, here it goes. It's 14.
Okay, so your foot slips a little bit, but you're able to retain your footing,
right?
And you can move your full movement and get to what you assume to be a safer position. The dragon. Are you going to do anything with your bonus action, by the way? Can you do anything with your bonus action?
No.
Okay. Not this turn anyway. Okay. The dragon is going to let out a deafening roar right at Quinn's face. You can kind of see one of its eyes is still trained on you. It's watching you very carefully, but it just unleashes all of its fury onto Quinn. It's going to start off with a bite attack. It's going to be like, "I'll gobble you up!" Maybe not that turn of phrase because it makes him sound like a children's book villain. But either way, that is big money. 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, Quinn suffers 11 piercing damage.
Right.
And 4 cold damage. As he kind of like bites into him and then sort of lets out this small exhale of cold as you can. Quinn lets out a yelp as his entire like shoulder and like half of his side here is completely consumed by the dragon. And then you can kind of see like icicles very rapidly form on his body as the dragon lets go and then comes in with 2 more attacks. This is with his claws, and he rolled like absolute shit. 9 and 15.
15 doesn't hit.
Neither of them hit. So Quinn is just like, I've got a like adrenaline rush, got to get out of the way. He blocks one of the claws with his shield. He kind of scares one of them away with his sword. He's just like, it is now his turn.
He's going to bonus action second wind.
Okay, roll a d10 and add 6 to it.
I was like, dice shape. And add 6, so he heals 10.
Okay.
So he heals.
That's damage.
Okay, and now he's gonna go in twice with the sword again.
Okay, so the first attack has advantage.
Yes. So I'll roll both of these. Oh, 16 plus 9.
Yeah, so that definitely hits. So roll 1d8 plus 4.
So that's 10 damage.
10 damage, and then the Dragon Slayer flashes and it deals an extra 3d6 damage.
So that's 11. That's 13.
13. Wow, the dragon is bleeding quite badly.
And Quinn's going in for his second attack. That's a 12 plus 9.
Yeah, that hits. So do the same thing again.
So 1d8 plus. So was it 4? Is it here? I'll scroll on the stat. Sorry if I'm breathing into the mic. 1d8 plus 4, so it's 6 damage plus another 13 damage.
So 6 plus 13.
Yeah.
So 19 damage.
So 19 damage. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
13 of that was on
Quinn's
the
just like zhoosh, zhoosh.
Quinn's going to town.
The creature is just like covered in cuts at this point, breathing heavily. You can kind of like see the almost like the same material as its icy breath that came out coming out of these wounds. It's just like, this is my home. I'm assuming that's him done.
Yeah, because he can't move without provoking attack, and he's not gonna risk it.
Okay.
He can be reckless, but he's not that reckless.
Dourrebelle. But that turn chunked him.
Let's try and do it again. I'm gonna try and guiding bolt him again.
Okay. Second level?
Yep.
Cool.
So I have to roll to hit, don't I? On this one.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, 17 plus
plus 7, so 24. That
fuck
definitely
him up.
hits.
Okay, and that's 5d6 radiant damage. So that's 10, 14, 18 damage.
18 damage.
18 radiant damage.
So you focus all of your energy into another guiding bolt. You draw everything in. You're just like, okay, Moradin, here we go again. You reach out, you blast the radiant energy like guiding bolt again. It sinks into the dragon's chest. Cryovein lets out another roar of pain. I just need to check one thing real quick because I just realized
the lighting.
it's getting dark in here. So I'm just gonna pop this on before I do anything else.
If it'll turn on.
If I can find the switch. I'm trying to. Oh my god. Ugh. Come here. There we go.
Oh, jeez. Oh, right.
Time to be blinded.
Oh,
yes, hello. Oh god, that's far too much. I need to turn this down.
Or turn it like around or something, because like that was right in my eyeballs. Right in my tired eyes.
It's also too warm.
If you turn it up a little bit more.
It's more because I don't want it to wipe me out.
Yeah, no. But you need to lean into frame so we can check. There we go.
Okay, so go back to this.
So you're saying it sinks into.
Yeah, it sinks into its body and it lets out another cry. Its wings extend once more. And it's just like, this is my home. Cryovein's home. And you can see like the life drain from its
Shit.
eyes. Its wings fall limp, and it slumps over to the side, dead, on the floor before you. Quinn's just like...
Quinn, I look at Quinn and I'm like...
You take a moment to collect yourselves and think about what the pair of you have just done. And then you hear a voice. You don't hear a voice at first. You hear...
Oh. Are we still in initiative?
You are. And it's Brathis' turn.
Shit.
As he emerges from the same opening that you guys came out from initially, he's on the other end of the roof. He just says, Dourrebelle! Very, very well done. Couldn't have done it better myself. Are you pleased? Do you feel like you've achieved something?
Not yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Neither have I. I stand at the very top of the boulder. Everything in that pokey, tiny settlement is mine.
No, it's not.
Everything that I touch turns to gold on my word and the word of Abathor. But it's not enough. That little town, it's not enough to contain me and my ambition. And he pulls out the stone dagger that Grigor told you about. He says, no, I won't be satisfied until the entire sword coast is mine. And the best part is, I have you to thank for it. And he plunges it into his chest.
Oh god.
You see his eyes go wide and he just says, Abathor! Grant me the power! And the dagger crumbles. And this like flash of light consumes Brathis. And he slumps over onto the ground, dead. Completely. No movement. Nothing. And then the dragon stands up. It stands up and kind of takes a moment, opens its wings, closes them, kind of It's exactly how I imagined it to be. Now the Sword Coast is nothing. With this body, everything will stand and fall before the might of Brathis Cryovein.
I think you just made my job a hell of a lot easier.
You're still so insolent. I think I'll start with your precious Fandolin. Nothing but a cold wasteland. And I need you both to make dex saves.
How many actions a turn does he have?
Well, it's the dragon's turn after his.
Does he get 2 turns?
Well, he does this time. I mean, he's dead now.
Oh. Quinn got an 18, and I got a 10.
Okay, so Quinn saved, you failed.
Yes.
So you both take the same damage. Because you have resistance, and he doesn't. Oh, there was another D8 in amongst all that. Where have they gone? Have you stolen my D8s? Have you stolen them?
I haven't touched your D8s.
You don't want me to do any damage? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, you're not allowed.
No.
Not allowed.
Oh, that's actually quite underwhelming.
Good. For me. Good. For you.
Oh, good for you. So that's 33 damage reduced to 16 for both of you.
16. Okay.
because we'll say that in amongst all that, he repositioned himself so he could hit both of you. Because
Yeah.
because if he cycles around Quinn, it is quite hard. I think the only way you're going to be able to get actually safe is if you flank him.
Was I in melee range with him before by any chance?
No.
Okay.
You were at a distance because you did guiding bolt, didn't you? Yeah, I will say that as he rises up, you see that the glimmering energy of the guiding bolt is still on.
That was the next thing I was going to ask.
And it's Quinn's turn.
Well, Quinn can't second wind because he already did it.
Yeah. He's just like.
But Quinn sees him get back up, and he's just like. He's gonna swing.
I get to kill
2 dragons. So first attack. 7 plus 9. 16.
16 doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
16 does not hit.
Oh my god. Okay. Second attack. That definitely hits because 14 plus 9.
Yeah, that hits. So he comes in with the first strike. And Rathus dodges out of the way, and then he comes in for the second one and manages to strike.
Okay, so
it's 1d8 plus 4.
So 7. So it's 7 damage.
And then 3d6.
That's 17 damage. Yeah, 17 damage on the sword. So that was 17 plus 7.
That was a good roll on the d6s.
Yeah, it was. Well, 6, 6, and a 5.
Jesus. Okay, yeah. So that's his 2 attacks. Is he going to do anything else?
No, because he can't do that as a bonus action. So no, he's not going to do anything else.
Okay. So we'll go.
I am going to I'm gonna run. Well, can I do it at range?
Do what at range? Preserve life.
Yeah.
It's up to 30 feet.
Okay, so I want to use preserve life on me and Quinn, basically.
Okay.
So this might channel divinity there. Okay, so
cool. Okay, so you've got 30 hit points.
Yeah.
You can divide that. So let me get a calculator out. That's going to be the easiest way to do this. Quinn's max HP is 55 right now, isn't it?
It is, yes.
And then yours is 56.
Yeah.
So if I do 56, you can heal yourself up to 28, and Quinn can heal himself up to 27, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so 20, 21, 22, 23, 4. Did you say I could heal?
So you heal yourself 9.
Okay, so I heal 9.
And then you can just dump the rest in Quinn to get him up to 27.
Okay. That was my action.
Yeah, that was your action. Yep. You still have a bonus that you can do.
I can't bonus action my other spell, can I? Well,
but why not?
Oh, I suppose.
Channel Divinity isn't a spell. And that's why it's so good.
And I would heal from this one, no? If I used it.
If you cast a healing spell, you heal. Okay. You only get a little bit, but.
Well, that's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna healing word.
Okay. At what level?
At first level.
First level. Okay.
So it's 1d4 plus 4.
Plus more. Remember.
Well, no, I know. I'm just.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
so 1d4. So 1 plus 4.
Plus that's 5.
5.
Plus 2.
So 7.
Plus 1.
8.
So he heals 8, and you heal 3.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. It's now the dragon's turn. You've still got you can feel the potion of invulnerability still coursing through your veins. It's made your body feel heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it hasn't impeded your movement in any way, but you feel like
it just sort of
you know in Dark Souls where you cast Iron Flesh. It feels like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
"Urgh."
Or like when you're fat rolling.
Yeah.
How much? That's an out of character question. I was gonna say, how many charges does this cone of breath have?
So, I changed it.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, to be fair, he could have done it a lot more.
Oh, okay.
Potentially.
Right.
I basically took the random chance out of it. There
Oh,
was once he met certain thresholds, he gets it back.
right.
It just so happened that he only got it twice, which is good. Anyway, the Brathus Cryovein, is going to. What is he going to do? He's looking at you. Like he's looking at you with the same. It's weird. Like when you first looked into Cryovein's eyes, it was just like a primal viciousness of like basically like a territorial wild animal. And now it's the same eyes, but it somehow carries that same just cold. Am I making up a word when I say like dyspathy? Like just cold and uncaring,
Like apathetic.
Apathetic. Yeah, just like you're nothing. So he looks at you, and he's kind of got this like evil. Where it was all anger before, it's just like viciousness. He looks at you, and then he looks down at Quinn, and he's just going to try and bite him again.
Okay.
That is 11 plus 7, so
That
18.
hits. Yeah, that hits.
So Quinn takes. Where are we? That and that. Quinn suffers 14 piercing damage and 4 cold damage.
Okay.
Okay, and then he's going to attack with both of his claws. I think they both hit.
His AC is 16.
18 and 25.
Yeah, those both hit.
So he suffers a further 15 slashing damage.
Okay.
As Quinn just takes all of the attacks. He is a complete mess. Because he's only small, and this thing is huge. So as its claws kind of like drag through it, it's like ripping its teeth through him. Quinn is covered from head to toe in frost and blood and frozen blood. He's just like, he's completely exhausted. And there's just a moment where he looks at you with that same expression from when you first met him in the wreckage, just an expression of like helplessness. Help me.
Mm-hmm.
You can see his grip is faltering on the Dragon Slayer. He's not got a lot left in him. I'm going to take control of him.
Oh shit.
As he pulls out the necklace of fireballs.
Oh no! I was actually worried something like this might happen.
There's a moment where he's just like...
Oh my god!
So make a dex save for him, and I'll make a dex save for the dragon.
Do I have to make a dex save as well? Oh.
How close to him were you? Like if you had to be in the range of, you had to be at least 30 feet away to do preserve life.
And healing word, so.
Healing word is like 60 feet, I think. So you're okay.
I think I said I moved a little bit towards him, but I don't think I got like all the way up to him. So yeah, I'll make a dex save.
Okay.
I mean, it's a 3rd level fireball. Well, no, it's.
No, he threw.
It's 3 beads.
He threw all 3 beads.
Yeah.
So it's a 5th level fireball.
Right, but is the spell save still the same?
Yeah, the spell save is still 15.
Okay. And she saves because she got 16 plus 2.
Okay. What did Quinn get?
Oh, I forgot to roll for Quinn. Sorry. Quinn got he has a dex +1, so he got a 16.
So you guys, through some miracle, maybe because he kind of sensed that because he knew he was the one doing it, he knew it was coming, he throws it down and he like leaps at the last second. Brathis rolled a 3.
Fuck him up!
So roll 10d6.
Oh god. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, is there 10 d6s in that set?
Yeah. Wait, oh, because you've used 2 of your own as well.
Yeah, okay. I've been using 2 of
my...
my...
it gives you enough to throw a meaty fireball.
Okay, so I'm gonna separate it a little bit, so that's 4, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 26, 29, 34.
34.
If my math is right.
So, you saved, didn't you?
I did, yeah, and I'm resistant.
And you're resistant to all damage. So okay.
Quinn
the dragon
is gonna go down.
The dragon takes 34 fire damage.
Yeah.
Quinn takes 17 fire damage.
Well, Quinn's out.
And then you take 8 fire damage. As there's this huge explosion, the icy floor underneath you shatters. As Brathis in the body of the dragon lets out a scream of just frustration, anger. His wings go on fire.
An agony.
His whole body is just consumed in flames. And Quinn's lifeless body just flies and skids along the ground, just like poof. And Brathis is just like, ah! Curse you!
I mean, technically the body was injured already as well, so...
Just as much of an interloper as your cursed father! Abathor! Please!
You're only breaking yellow.
It's compression.
Yeah.
That's the power of compression.
Oh, sorry, I'm off frame.
And he just slumps over in this burning, crisping up body. Just slump on the ground. Slides a little bit on the frozen floor. All goes quiet.
Whatever's left of him, I want to go up to him and say, like... I want to say something to him as he's dying. It's annoying because, of course, the moment is here and I don't have the words.
I think as you get up to him, he kind of has a moment where his body is still in flames. And he looks up at you and just says, "Dourrebelle, listen. Cost me everything to achieve this. I know I used you, but together, it doesn't just have to be the Sword Coast.
No.
With your power and my body, we could take all of Faerun. Listen to me.
This is where your greed has brought you. To this cold, icy grave. And it's where you're going to stay.
Dourrebelle, wait.
And I'm gonna pull out, I'm gonna use Ripple.
Yep, you pull out your axe.
And I just go, your legacy. I just say, you're happy to know that Grigor lives, but he's abandoned you as you had abandoned him. And just do the finishing blow.
Yeah, goes straight through his neck. He's still kind of like going, wait! Oosh!
Yeah.
And then silence. And you can kind of hear the echoes of him saying, wait.
And then I'm going to pull out the axe. I'm going to run over to Quinn's body. I don't even care if I slip and fall. Or
you stumble
fall
a
on my
few
face
times. You fall on your face. You got like a bloody nose. The blood is kind of like freezing, and it's like it's got into your sideburns, and it's all. You're just
I'm a mess.
You're an absolute mess. But Quinn even more so.
I'm gonna run.
He is...
I'm gonna run over to Quinn. I'm gonna slap my hands on him, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level, which is my final 3rd level.
You cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds. Like Quinn, you get to Quinn.
Live!
He was a mess before. His body is just like charred.
Yeah.
Like all of the wounds that he had were like immediately cauterized, and he's just this like ashen, well not even ash, this like charcoal.
Yeah.
Body on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
3d8 plus 4. So 1. Where's my?
You've got d8s here as well. Remember?
Oh. So 5.
So
shit
5
plus
plus your spellcasting modifier, which plus 4.
Yeah, plus
so that's 9. Plus 2.
11.
Plus 3.
14.
14.
So Quinn heals 14.
Quinn heals 14, and you heal 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the thing where like I fall and I run up to him and just clear.
And this, you just like pump the rest of the kind of like divine energy that Moradin has given you. Just channel it all into Quinn's body. There's like the light goes from you into him, and there's just silence for a few moments, and then you just hear him kind of go.
Oh my! Thank Moradin. Thank Tamora. Thank whoever is listening.
Is this what I would taste like cooked?
Try not to think too hard about it.
Oh.
Okay, so sorry, I bumped the mic again. You can have this back.
What happened?
You son of a bitch.
What?
You were this close to flying off the roof into the abyss.
Hey, that would have been cool.
No! I'm glad you're not dead.
I mean, I was well prepared to just have that be my moment.
I'm sorry, I took that away from you then. I brought you back.
No, it's fine.
How can you enjoy a drink if you're dead?
Exactly. And I'm sorry. That was a bit reckless. I wanted to make sure.
Quinn, you know, when you pulled out that necklace, something told me that you were planning to do that the whole time.
Yeah, it was annoying we had to use 3 of them up until this point. Can you imagine how much better it would have been if I'd used all 6? But bam!
It would have been great, but you probably would have like literally died.
I mean, that was the plan.
Well, I'm
told you.
gonna pick him off the floor now.
I told you, just like Grigor told you. We live because of you, and we die when we want to.
Well, I'm gonna selfish.
That's what I've decided anyway. But no,
unless I'm
apparently you've got other ideas.
I'm just really selfish. And
well, it's about time you admitted it. I want a drink.
Okay. Despite the way it ended, I mean, we technically killed the dragon twice. I was thinking we should take. It's not really something I'm up for. Like, it's not really my thing, but I think we should maybe take a trophy as like a reminder.
I mean, you know how paranoid the bloody Town Master is. If we don't give him this thing's head, or at least something similar, he's not going to believe you.
How big is the dragon's head? Bless you.
Pardon me. It's pretty fucking big. You could probably cut it off and take it with you. It just means the journey back would be long. because you've got Quinn as well, who's in no condition to.
Well, there's
to
a part
move.
of me that looks at Quinn that goes, do you want to just take, like, the horns and teeth, or do you want to take the whole fucking head? Mind you, we have to drag it down the mountain.
You do whatever you want. I'm gonna take a nap.
Man, there's a part of me that wants to ask chat, but I think... No, I want to try and get as many of its teeth as possible. Do white dragons have horns? Where's the picture of the book? Where's the picture of the book so I can see what the dragon looks like? Oh no, at least, well, this one here picture doesn't really have horns, but... Are you pulling up a picture for me?
I am.
Sweet.
It's because, I think part of it might be because this one is just Babby. Yeah, he doesn't have any horns.
That's fine. I want to take teeth and maybe some scales.
Okay. Roll a survival check, I guess. And we'll say Quinn's helping you, so you can roll with advantage.
Oh, natural 20!
Natural 20.
Where was that natural 20
So,
before? But
what were you aiming for?
scales and teeth, like just as much as possible.
Okay. Yeah, you harvest pretty much as you want. Roll a d10.
7.
You get 7 teeth.
Okay.
And roll a d20.
Ah, that's a 1.
1. Roll it again.
11.
11. So you get 11 scales and 7 teeth.
Cool.
And the scales themselves are pretty much like, oh yeah, like
super nice.
Yeah. This enough should be. You feel confident that this will be enough to prove that you succeeded.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna give the Town Master all of this. I'm just gonna. But okay.
You don't need to give him any. You just need to
show
prove.
Him. Okay. Let's go and collect our belongings back from the Reavers.
What do you want to do? Oh no, Quinn's out cold. So.
What?
Quinn fell asleep.
Start slapping his face.
I'm tired.
No, we gotta go.
I just blew myself up, man. Carry me.
Can I actually carry him?
Yeah. You've got a strength of 19. You've got these ogre mitts.
Oh, that's right.
You can just grab him and throw him over your shoulder if you want.
Okay, I'll grab him and like put him over my. No, because that would. No, I'll put him over my shoulder.
What were you gonna do?
Bridal style.
Nah, you need a free hand.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So
so you throw him over your shoulder, and you start making your way back.
Yeah, I'm gonna trace my steps. I don't really care about whatever else might be in here.
The ground is cracked under your feet, so you've got a bit more purchase on the icy floor now. You do walk past Brathus's the humanoid Brathus's dead body. Just kind of on the ground, lifeless.
I just leave it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna retrace my steps. And
you make your way back down to
where
the gatehouse.
Yeah, because I want to get my shit back. At least I want to get my money back.
Yeah, and
I'm not, because they know I'm here, so I'm not even being quiet. And I just like shove the door open, like bloodied, half ice, probably half burned as well. Actually, no, I did pretty well. So actually, that potion did me a good turn.
It's still on.
Oh shit!
It hasn't been that long. It's a
minute.
It's a minute. Oh no, so it's gone by this point.
Yeah. So
I don't know why I thought it was an hour. That'd be ridiculous.
So so I open the door, and I just look at them, and I'm like,
the leader. What did I say her name was? I've all my notes have gone now since the fight started. I was just like, fuck off notes. Silene.
Yeah.
She's just sat in a chair doing some wood carving. The other two are asleep, and you would have passed Runa, the black-haired woman, on your way back.
Oh, really?
As you go into the gatehouse, that upper floor where all the arrow slits are.
Yeah.
You would have passed her.
Right.
And she just looks at you and goes, "Oh,
it's dead."
So are you, by the looks of things.
Not quite. Still kicking. And
She's just like, she kind of gives you another like fair play.
and then I'm just gonna make my way back to.
So you make your way.
Yeah.
You make your way downstairs. You notice that she's following you, and as you make your way to the
I'm not.
to the room
Yeah.
where they're hanging out, so Silene is there carving wood,
Mhm.
and she notices you as you arrive. The other two are asleep at the moment, and as you enter, she just like kicks one of them, and just like who slowly kind of like rises to awakeness. She goes, "Oh, so you're back, are you?
Yeah.
It's quicker than I was expecting."
It's dead.
What?
It's dead.
You killed it?
Yes.
You seriously expect me to believe that you killed the white dragon?
I will reach in my bag and pull out a couple teeth. Like 3 or 4 teeth just to show off. And then I put them back.
That's
and
impressive.
I go,
Well done.
you can have whatever you want in here, but I would appreciate at least my money back.
See, I was thinking, and then it's at this point that she says this that you notice the black-haired woman is kind of looming behind you. I was thinking that I could just keep this money and this stuff, and I mean, you were successful in killing a dragon. That must have taken some significant exertion. So why don't we just kill you and your little friend there and just take everything?
I just killed a dragon, and you want to take me and fight right now. And Brathis is dead as well.
Why not?
Because I will do unto you the same that I did unto them. If you want to keep it, the money, whatever. I will leave. And you can do whatever you want here.
Make an intimidation check.
Do I get advantage because I'm fucking angry?
No.
Damn it.
Silene considers herself to be in a position of power.
Natural 20.
Oh shit! Really? Oh shit!
I'm sitting there with the axe in hand,
You've got
covered in blood.
the axe in hand. Yeah, you're covered in blood. Quinn's over your shoulder, who's a complete fucking mess.
And I'm just like, I am ready to murder you.
You have got like there's a tiredness and like almost a darkness in your eyes of just like you are so done.
I am not fucking around.
She catches that, and you mentioned that they can keep the gold, and she wavers for a second, and the kind of what was his name, Brachus, the kind of past his prime gentleman, just looks at her and goes, "Silene, just leave it. Even if we did manage to, she's gonna kill at least one of us. Look at her."
The wrath of Moradin's hammer will come down on you.
Silene just kind of like thinks for a moment. You see that there's like a quiver in her lip, and then she just goes, chucks you your money back.
Catch the bag.
Everything else in here is ours?
Yes.
What was there?
I don't know. He must have hid it somewhere else.
Well, Quinn kind of lazily says, "Brothers was counting money."
He did find money upstairs in the next to the spiral stairway on the way to the roof.
Excellent. Right, Runa, you know what to do. And Runa just nods and says, "I'm glad that what I'm glad that what I'm to do isn't clean up the bodies of my companions." And she just kind of lazily pats you on the shoulder and then leaves.
And I will give a sort of like pleasure doing business sort of thing and just make my way out.
You make your way out, you open the door, and you begin to make the trek back down
I want to. I
Icespire
want to
Cave.
at least make the trek back to the. Try and find, if not the same cave, a cave to duck in to sleep in.
You find the cave that you stayed in with Grigor. The Manticore bodies are still there.
I mean, it's a good landmark.
They're I mean, it's only been a day and it's really cold, so
they're just frozen.
They're frozen solid at this point. So they don't offer much in the way of warmth anymore.
No,
but they offer shelter at least.
Well, my idea was sort of just we can't make the journey back in one day,
Yeah.
so I was gonna try and hit points that we'd hit on the way.
Yeah, but we'll montage
Expedite.
through this, so you stay there.
I'm gonna long rest.
You have a long rest. You and Quinn kind of recover, and Quinn now that he's healthy, your aid would have ended as well. But to be honest, that doesn't matter at this point. Quinn's like, oh, but can you just carry me the rest of the way?
No.
Oh. And he reluctantly walks alongside you. But the rest of the journey back to Phandalin is Quinn just being like, Belle, we killed a fucking dragon.
I imagine once it starts getting we start getting down and it gets a little bit warmer, he just starts getting really hyped up.
Yeah, he's like, we did it! We fucking did it!
When we get down to where it's a bit I want to see when we get to where we left Lily if she's still there.
Okay, you go past that you'll do this. You get past the thin, treacherous bit, which was just before the point where you left Lily behind. And Quinn is still going on kind of sidling the wall, being like, and your uncle, and your bastard uncle.
And he was just like,
and they were the same guy. And what did he even do?
I don't even know. And I imagine Quinn's just like, dragons are real, and I killed one, and oh my god.
It was cool, man.
Literally, it was fucking cold.
You make it back to the kind of initial pathway where you drop Lily off, and make a perception check.
So 10 plus 4, so 14.
14.
Yeah.
You can't see her anywhere. You kind of look into the distance, look over the towards the ridge. Kind of you look down closer to the direction to where Phandalin is. You glance off to the side. She doesn't seem to be anywhere.
Maybe she moved on. I'll do a whistle.
Okay.
A really loud whistle to see.
You do the whistle, and then this mound of snow nearby rises up, and Lily's there, and she trots over towards you. And she waited in the exact same place, in the exact same position the entire time you were gone.
And I'm just like, I am.
You got completely buried in snow.
I'm just rubbing her nose I'm so glad to see her.
She's very cold.
Yeah.
But she doesn't seem to care.
Yeah.
Very happy to see you.
And I'm gonna be like, you ready to bring this back? You ready to go back to Phandalin?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, that was probably really loud.
Okay, so we're gonna hop on Lily and make our way back.
Cool. Yeah, you hop on. I'm curious to see if the compression deals with that, actually. Just be like, hello? Oh, it does! That's really cool. I'll have to bear that in mind for the next adventure.
Ooh.
Anyway, you hop onto Lily. Quinn sits down and Lily's like, oh! It's really cold! Oh!
What?
I didn't get to punch Brathis in the dick!
Oh, no you didn't. But you got...
Fuck!
But you did get to do something much cooler.
I did.
You blew the shit out of him.
Oh, it was cool.
It was really cool. I mean, it was kind of like a punch to the dick, except it was fire.
With a fireball.
I'm a punch in the dick.
Well, maybe.
With a level 3
maybe
fireball.
I'll make that my new
Level 5.
halfling hello.
Oh, God.
Halfling hello! Boom! Anyway, you continue to make your way, and finally, after a couple of days of travel, the welcome sight of Phandalin.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I have to give these back because they took them.
Yeah, they kept all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, you make your way back, and yeah. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go to the town master. There's a part of me that's like, do I want to hide Lily? But then there's a part of me that's like, we just killed the dragon. Is Lily really gonna be a bother? So I'm just gonna ride up to the mayor's on my horse.
Okay. The people in town, they see you and Quinn, and like, obviously you've rested, but you still look like shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you're still covered in blood. It's kind of dried at this point, so it's all, you know, when blood dries and it goes like brown black.
Oh, it's gross.
And both you and Quinn, like Quinn's clothes are completely singed to buggery.
Yeah.
Like the fur lining of his outdoor clothing is wrecked. So yeah, the townsfolk are kind of looking at the pair of you and Lily, just being like, what? There's like this weird, confused hubbub, and then somebody, like a boy, you hear like one voice be like, "No, it's all right. That's Dourrebelle. That's the dwarf that's been helping out in town." And as soon as one person says that, like, Dourrebelle, Dourrebelle Boulderbane, what? And people start like gathering and say, this was the the barkeep and Barthen and that dwarf that passed through. They've been talking about her. They said that she was going to kill the dragon, and then this like group just very quickly, like, it starts off as one person, and then it's two, and then it's four, and then it's
the
eight,
whole town,
and then basically the majority of the town surround you.
Oh god, okay.
There are kids playing with Lily.
Yeah.
Being like, it's because like they're scared at first, and then as soon as they realise that she's friendly, they're just mucking around with this horse. Like, if I tap on her ribs, does it sound like a xylophone? It doesn't, unfortunately, and Lily doesn't like it very much, so she kind of nudges them out of the way. But yeah, you're just swarmed with people.
Hello, is the mayor in his office still?
Yeah, of course he is. Where else would he be?
Yeah. Dourrebelle's a little bit overwhelmed by all of the attention.
Quinn's just like, yeah, this is the Dourrebelle Boulderbane and her faithful companion
Quinn
Hightopple, Dragon Slayer. And then like some people come out of the bar being like, Quinn, you're back. Hey! So like drunken louts join this like group of people that are. Can we have
like an entourage follow?
You get like a procession follows you all the way to the mayor's office, and you hear this kind of like bum 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 against the window, being like, I gotta remember his noise. Oh, what is all this noise? All this racket? It's far too early for this.
What's the mayor's name again?
Shit. To Harbin Wester.
Oh,
there we go.
Mayor Harbin, I've come with great news.
Dourrebelle? Is that you?
Yes, the dragon is dead.
What? Surely you've brought some method of. Shit. I wanted a better word than proof. Surely you've brought some method of
verification.
That's perfect. Verification that you have achieved this task.
I pull out a couple of dragon's teeth and show them off, and then I pull out
the window opens, because teeth would be a bit too.
Oh yeah.
Big because they are big.
Well, then I'm just gonna show him one then.
Well, you can't see. So the
no,
window,
but I mean,
the window opens, and this like jewel ringed, like slightly chubby, like ornately like decorated hand kind of comes out the window. Is like,
I just put the drag
disappears through the window. And it's like, my word! And then the window closes, and it's like.
As like 30 locks get undone.
And then the door swings open, and you see this, like, he's a human.
For the first time ever.
For the first time, you see this human man. He's quite short. He's overweight. He's very very well fed. He's covered in jewelry. He's wearing like fancy red clothes. He's kind of got like the monk haircut going on and a bit of a beard. But it's a very neatly trimmed beard. And the door is open, and his arms are just outstretched. He's just like, Dourrebelle! And he comes out and he engulfs you
jeez.
you and Quinn in a massive hug. And he's just like, I'm so relieved. You do not know how long I've waited for this day. I knew you could achieve such a grand honor.
Thank you.
You've blessed us. You have saved this town. How can I ever? I know.
Oh,
And he lets you go. And he goes, oh, it seems like everyone's here already. I was going to say gather the townsfolk, but there's no need for that. Everyone, I've decided, in honor of our heroes, Dourrebelle and
Quinn.
the small one,
Quinn.
Yes, the young lad. I will hold a feast tonight, all paid for by myself. All expenses paid. You may have everything you want. A banquet fit for the hero of Phandalin.
Thanks. That would be great.
Everyone, preparations must begin immediately for this evening. Begone!
Everyone scatters.
And everyone's just like, hell yeah, feast? Let's go! And everyone very quickly disperses. There's a couple of people that hang around and are just like, hey, thank you, really?
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. They give you some, like, people like throw some like trinkets and.
I'm sure some people. I'm sure some people are like, oh, can we see a dragon tooth?
They give you something. It's like, oh yeah. He gives you the tooth
cool.
back as well. It's
Okay.
like it's like I have no need for this.
Yeah.
I was thinking about hanging it. Oh, actually, can I keep this? Just the one.
Yeah, you can have the one.
I'll hang it from my mantle and it'll tell stories of this day. And he's like, oh, I better get ready. And then he closes the door. And then you hear all the locks start again. The whole town for the rest of the day
it's just a buzz.
It's completely buzzing. What are you gonna do?
Get cleaned up because we look like absolute shit.
I'm assuming you're gonna go to the inn to do that. There's drinks waiting for you.
Oh shit! Okay.
Toblin's just like, it's on the house. Great job.
Thanks.
You get one. Look, I know you're not big on drink, but I think you've earned this one. Give yourself a night.
No, I actually wanted to say thank you because I would very much like that drink.
Excellent. Well,
no need to pressure me.
No, and you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about it. I've already word's already been sent about the feast, so I'm gonna have drinks ready, and you're welcome to as much as you like. We
just want to borrow perhaps your wash closet so we could clean up a little bit.
Yeah, good idea. He still has to pay for his though. He's like, what the fuck? It's like, you drink me out of house and home. I'll give you a discount. Calm down, Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, right. so we're gonna get cleaned up.
So you go and you get cleaned up. Is there anything else that you want to do before time passes?
What I would want to do, there is not enough time for it to do because it would take too long.
What's that?
I wanted to send word to Falcon that I killed a dragon, but it's too far away because it's like a day's journey.
Yeah, it would be a bit of a way away.
It's okay. We'll just go visit him after.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're gonna get cleaned up. I'm probably gonna go pray a little bit at the shrine. Maybe put one of like the smaller teeth as like a little offering to Tamora, and just be like, you did me a solid, and thank you, basically. Maybe offer some prayer and thanks to Moradin for helping, and then just kind of, I guess, Dourrebelle probably wouldn't normally do this, but she's just gonna kind of be about and mingle with people.
Excellent.
Kind of.
And people love it.
Yeah.
Quinn, on the other hand, is quite introspective.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna let you do it. I think he's gonna be like, you go and you do your thing. I'm gonna get some rest. I'll join you later.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of looks a bit pensive, and I think the reality of kind of everything that's happened up until this point, it's all just kind of, and the fact that he almost like in a rush of adrenaline and desperation or whatever, he basically just nearly killed himself to kill that dragon.
Well, he hasn't really had the time to think about the fact that he killed the boar either.
Yeah.
Like he was hyped about it, but
it's
now
a lot to take on board, and
Yeah.
I think it's all finally kind of
caught up to him.
yeah, and he's still got a lot to process. And I think the big thing that's weighing heavy on his mind as he leaves, he says, I mean, now what?
We'll worry about that tomorrow.
And he goes upstairs in the Stonehill Inn
Mhm.
and leaves you to spend the rest of the day chatting with townsfolk. Everyone's really excited.
Mhm.
They spend a lot of time like talking to you and getting to know you. A lot of them seem quite apologetic, that they're like, we get a lot of adventurers passing through. Most of them just do like one job and then leave, and it sucks. And
No,
it's,
one thing, I send word to my brother. I'd like to have. Oh wait, no, that's a day's journey as well, isn't it? Getting up to the mine.
to the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't.
Damn it! Oh well.
But you can arrange to have word sent to Falcon and to your brother, whose name I think we've both forgotten.
No, it's Duradon.
Duradon. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd forgotten. Help me out.
It's okay.
So yeah, you arrange to have word sent to Duradon and sent to Falcon, and you spend the rest of the day mingling.
Mhm.
Everyone's really pleased, and I think some people kind of realize that you're not used to this, and they give you a bit of space.
Yeah.
Some of them are a bit like she's the hero of Fandolin, but she's still a little bit scary. So
She's got a very like resting bitch face thing going on.
Yeah. But they give you space and they give you time, and yeah, you eventually, evening comes, night falls, and it's like a proper like outside festival. Like loads of tables have been set up outside.
Mhm.
Pretty much the entire village is there having a big meal. It's nothing, because it's been like
so
drummed up
yeah.
at such abrupt notice. It's very simple stuff, but it's basically what all the villagers were able, what all the townsfolk were able to gather together. Like Harbin's there, kind of being all like, like bloviating, being like, oh well, she wouldn't have done it without my guidance, my quests led her to that point. Yeah. She found all the tools she needed. Kind of basically trying to take as much credit as possible.
Yeah. But
he's like, people bring food, they bring like snacks or whatever, and he's like just divvying out money. He's just like, right, there you go, that can replace that. I'm paying for the drinks, I'm paying for everything. It's a wonderful day.
Yeah.
And you have a great time.
Yeah.
Do you get smashed?
No.
No, okay.
But I do have a number of drinks.
You have more drinks than you would normally have.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was a normal person, they'd probably be smashed, but I'm a dwarf, so it's normal. So it's like, oh yeah, maybe I've got a little bit of a buzz going.
Yeah, and you told me when you were creating Dourrebelle that part of the reason why she doesn't drink is because she gets really introspective.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that happens.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a lull in the evening.
Well, because I was gonna say, because this would be sort of a weird thing for her, because like I imagine with what happened before when she went back to like when all of the stuff was kicking off back in Verbolder, like it was like an unfriendly welcome and then being kicked out, whereas here she's like they're like throwing a party and she's just a bit like doesn't know how to handle it, because
I think that's she would,
so she's having
as has these drinks, she kind of ruminates on the memories of what happened in Verbolder. I guess maybe we can explain it a bit more now. Like you guys have got the gist, but she starts to think about the fact that she was the one to discover that Brathus was a secret follower of Abathor.
Yeah,
and he had these grandiose designs to take over the whole town. Well,
she initially thought it was Talos, I believe, which is why she has a thing against Talos. Because he oh no, because I thought it was that he pretended, she thought he was a follower of Talos, and then he basically turned it around onto her.
So what happened was, so Verbolder was it's a small community on the other side of the Sword Coast Mountains that is essentially a group of different farmsteads that are managed by different families. They're all kind of under the Boulder Bane kind of umbrella family name, but they're different kind of splintered families. So one was led by Brathos, one was led by your father, and one was led by the family that took Quinn in. And what happened essentially was that you discovered his plot, and what basically Brathos wanted to take over the whole farmstead. He wasn't satisfied with his own farmstead and the share of the money that he was getting from the three, because the idea was you divvy up your earnings.
It was a family thing. Like it was sort of like
it was kind of a very socialistic society, and that everyone gets what they need.
Yeah.
Brathos didn't like that.
He got greedy,
and he formulated a plot. He allied himself with the followers of Talos, the half-orc followers of Talos, in order to essentially create a situation where he could swoop in and take control.
Yeah.
So that's essentially it was all staged. You saved Quinn from the destruction of the one family's farmstead.
Yeah.
But Brathos was the one that took credit for driving away the followers of Talos. But you knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And as the more that you tried to speak out against Brathos, the more he was able to manipulate events and turn them against you.
Because I was speaking out against the family, and we're all about family.
Exactly. He kind of abused the tradition thing, the whole family ties. He used the fact that you were there at the site where everything got destroyed, and basically pinned you as the person who masterminded the whole scheme. And it was you that wanted power, and it was you that wanted control.
So I got kicked out of
Revolver. And you were exiled as a result of that.
And then Quinn decided to come along with me.
Quinn knew that.
Quinn knew, yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, this is bullshit, I'm going to follow after you. So all of these, you're kind of ruminating and stewing in all of these memories. There's a lull in the party where people aren't really maybe paying quite as much attention to you.
People are just partying.
And you sort of drift off into these memories. And you think of your father. Is your father alive?
Yeah. As far as she remembers, yeah. Unless he's died since I was
You think of him, and you think of the disappointed look on his face as you were sent away, and it was really despicable as well. There's a part of you that can't. How does Dourrebelle feel about Brathos kind of manipulated the fact that you're my brother. You should trust me because you're my brother. Mm-hmm. But how does she feel about the fact that he was able to turn your own dad against you?
Well, Dourrebelle's always right.
Yeah.
But no, she feels heartbroken because it kind of reached a point where it was like they weren't even listening to her.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Brathos had basically poisoned the well against you completely. He was really... So
nothing Dourrebelle was saying was, even if it was all true, wasn't getting through. I mean, she wasn't lying. She was telling the truth, and she basically left on the note of being like,
fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'll take the truth with me.
And
then and then while out doing all this, she ran into one of her cousins, which she murdered because there was some crazy shit.
Well, it's as Grigor said, Iden was a tool.
Yeah, and
he was always the one that that took what Brathos said too literally and too seriously. And
then there was finding Duradon, who had also left for Boulder, because he started realizing things as well. And then there was finding Grigor, and Grigor being literally admitting that I was right.
That was a big moment for you.
Yeah, Dourrebelle's thinking about
all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and night falls. I think you kind of have this moment, you slip into it, and you remember those feelings, you remember that heartbreak and all the kind of tumultuous emotions that you went through. But there's that little spark of you that's still hey man, I was right. I was still right. Turns out I was right all along.
Ultimately, in the end, she was like, I was right. He was a follower of Abathor, and he got his just desserts, and that's that. I was right.
And as you kind of come to that conclusion, there's like a town, maybe like Barkman
Mhm.
pats you on the shoulder. It's like, you alright?
Yeah, just I was feeling a little introspective, but
Have some more food. There's still plenty.
yeah, I'm definitely
And
starving.
you spend kind of the rest of the evening kind of with those feelings still inside, but
Yeah.
it gives you a new perspective and maybe a deeper appreciation of what you've done on your own
Mhm.
and what you've achieved, and
Yeah.
you've left that past behind you and you forged this new.
Yeah, and there is a part of her that thinks like it was a hard thing to go through, but it set me on this
Yeah.
course to save this entire
It's,
town,
it's as
and then some.
It's as Quinn said many moons ago. It doesn't matter what they think. Oh, he was saying it in the context of that lad that died when you were defending
The orc.
Falcon's place.
Yeah.
And that memory comes to you now, kind of as you're doing this. And he said that it doesn't matter what. I mean, he said it doesn't matter what Big Al thinks about that lad. What matters is what you've achieved, what you've done, and it doesn't matter what the people back in Verbolda think. Here in Phandalin, you're a hero,
Mm-hmm.
and these people owe you, or they say they owe you the world, and
it just feels nice to feel appreciated.
Yeah,
for
you're
once.
appreciated, you're loved, like, and everyone's like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're all Team Dourrebelle.
Just like me.
So yeah, you while the night away, enjoy the atmosphere. People eventually get tired and start going to bed, kind of like well into the night. Harvin's gone to bed. He's long gone to bed. He's like, I haven't drunk this much in a while.
Yeah.
The rest of you can thank me for my work in the morning.
Jesus.
And he kind of like slowly makes his way back to he's got like an aide or something that's like, Mr. Wester.
Okay, come on. Yeah.
So like guides him back to his house. And dawn breaks the next day.
Where's Quinn?
Quinn's downstairs having breakfast.
Wow, you're actually up early.
Well, I had an early night.
How you feeling?
Good.
You should, because you killed a fucking dragon.
No, you killed the dragon.
No, we killed the dragon.
Well, I was just there, man.
Sure. If that's what you want to tell you.
Think about it this way, right? If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. I'd be dead. So you killed the dragon. By your actions, the dragon died. I don't want to get in.
I don't want to argue.
I don't want to get balls deep in chaos theory, right?
I don't want
because that hurts my brain.
It's too early for that.
So you guys have some breakfast.
Yeah.
And yeah, is there anything you would like to do? Yeah, Quinn, like as you're having breakfast, Quinn's like, have you thought about what we're gonna do now?
I was thinking maybe we could spend some time around here, just a little bit, kind of, in case anything else comes up, and we could move on.
I think we've done everything that we can do here. Don't know about you.
Yeah, I just figured maybe a couple of days. Don't want to. As much as I'd love to, I'd feel a little weird just leaving without word. So just spend a couple days just kind of hanging out.
All right. So you spend the next couple of days hanging out, doing your thing. About a day later, Falcon turns up with a bottle of wine.
Oh, hey!
And he's like, I heard about what happened. So, did you really do it?
I pull out the fucking scales and teeth and I
Fucking
show him.
And he puts the bottle down. And he's like, "That's
sorry you
honestly.
I'm sorry you missed the party. They threw it the day
that bloody dragon. I tell you, it's not too long after you left the second time. It turned up
at yours.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it had eyes on some of the people working on rebuilding the lodge.
Oh.
took everything that I had just to drive it away, the bastard. So I'm glad to hear that it's finally gone.
Well, I'm relieved that nobody was harmed at your homestead.
Yeah, we were very fortunate. But hey, let's celebrate. And as you guys are kind of like catching up and having a conversation, I want to hear everything. I know you've probably told this story a million times, but I want to hear everything. And then as you're kind of partway through telling the story, Dourrebelle arrives because they're probably about the same distance away.
Yeah.
So he arrives a bit later, and he says, it took me I had to really twist the arm of the new
Forge
the new foreman of the mine to give me some time off to come out and see you, but I heard about what happened.
Well, you're just in time. I'm recounting the tale right now.
He comes over and he kind of, it's a bit awkward because obviously he was there and he was one of the people that was duped by Brathas as well. So the friction wasn't as bad as
well, Dourrebelle's my twin.
His
He's
family,
my twin, yeah.
So there is kind of an awkward, like he kind of goes to put his arm around you,
and
he's just like, I'm really sorry, man. I'm really sorry, sis.
No, it's okay. There's actually more on that I gotta tell you about as well. And I tell the story of the dragon, but I also then tell because the whole Brathas thing will come up. So then I tell I mean, this is more directed at Dourrebelle.
Well, yeah, I don't think it would make any
But Dourrebelle's gonna talk about we're gonna talk about how we found Grigor and what Grigor told us, and all of that. And
yeah, I think he would be like, Grigor was always a strange one. Like, I mean, Brathas's family were all a bit
odd,
strange, but he was a black sheep among black sheep. I'm glad that he turned out to be all right in the end, or at least seemed to.
Yeah.
Maybe had an awakening of sorts.
Yeah, well, I suppose when your dad turns on you and leaves you for dead, you kind of have a moment.
Well, I mean, he kind of looks a bit awkward. And he's like, well, you would know all about that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I was right, and he's dead now, and Boulder can go back to how it was.
So you're saying this is Dourrebelle. You're saying that you killed the dragon once.
Yeah.
And then Brathas stabbed himself with a weird thing, and then the dragon woke up, but it wasn't the dragon, it was Brathas in the dragon's body.
Yeah, I presume that what he stabbed, it was a symbol of Abathor, and I'm assuming he performed a ritual to put his soul in the dragon's body.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
But and he wanted to take over everything.
He wanted to take over the Sword Coast, at the very least, if not everything.
And that is insane. Like when I started to realize that he was kind of increasing his stranglehold over Boulder, I thought that was nuts.
Oh no!
Bloody hell!
His greed made his ambitions very strong, but he is no more. And Boulder can,
thank goodness,
return back to
what
it was
before. Who
before.
knows what would have happened had you not been around to stop him? Does Grigor know
that he's dead?
Well, that happened.
Probably not, because Grigor left before everything kicked off. Grigor has gone. He's out there somewhere now on a journey. I don't know when I'll ever see him again, or if you'll ever see him, but maybe if you cross paths with him, you can tell him.
I mean, it's unlikely. I think I'm gonna keep working for the mine for the time being. I might return to Boulder someday. Maybe send some money back. With Brathas dead, that place must be in turmoil right now, because he messed up so much and kind of twisted everything around his pinky finger, that with him gone, I don't know what state that place is going to be in.
I was debating with myself on going back. but I don't know how welcomed I'd be.
I mean, I don't know if it'll be a case of you wouldn't be welcome, but I think they would, once they learned the truth, if they are even willing to accept the truth, there's going to be an awful lot of shame.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the next time I go back, I'm going to happily tell them. I'm going to happily tell them what you told me. I mean, how about it? Maybe I do that, and then depending on how they react, I can always send for you.
I think that's for the best because you left on more amicable terms than I did.
Well, I mean, I just made an excuse.
It's better than being.
It's
better than what happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I ran. I saw an opportunity to work with Neverwinter in the mines, and I took it. I bit at the hand just for a reason to get out of there.
Then maybe you should go back and at least pass on. And
the next chance I get at some leave, I'll do just that.
Thank you.
Falcon just kind of like leans. He kind of took that all, and he's like, there's part of him that's like, that all sounds like bullshit, but he takes your word for it. Like, it's like magic and stuff like that isn't really something that I like to get involved with. Can we have a couple more ales, please? And yeah, you spend the kind of morning and early afternoon sharing stories and drinking with Douredon and Falcon, and I think we'll leave it there.
On the happy note,
the camera pans out through the window, like out the window, and
goes over Fandolin.
There'd be like some kind of like 80s theme music playing, and there'd be like a Quinn monologue at the end, being like, so yeah, that's the story of how Dourrebelle Boulderbane killed a dragon.
And I was there to watch.
And I did it, and it was great. Where are we gonna go next? Who bloody knows? And then it slowly fades to black. As the daylight shines, you can see the empty Icespire keep, kind of like it's a nice day, so you can see it in the distance. And yeah. You did it.
I did it.
You level up.
Shit, I'm level 7.
You reach level 7. Which I think silly things happen at level 7.
I can't do anything.
You can imagine nice levels.
Oh. Level 7.
Congratulations. You won. Scroll down. Yeah, you don't get anything new except for she gets 4th level spells.
Unlimited power.
So yeah, you start getting some wacky stuff. Scroll up and filter it to 4.
Oh my god, I can learn banishment.
Divination,
Guardian of Faith.
Guardian of Faith is really good.
Death Ward.
You get some cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that for
now.
now.
Just leave it there for now. Because we don't know whether or not we'll return to Dourrebelle again.
Should I roll? Actually, I came out of the character sheet, but should I roll the HP at least, just really quick?
Yeah, okay. So go ahead and roll a d8.
Can I roll it again? I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
4.
Okay, so make your rolled HP 32.
And then we'll fix Quinn's later.
Yeah. Well, I'll need to redo his stat block.
Yeah.
One thing that I was going to say.
Oh, does it not save or is it doing that thing like it?
It might have just not caught up with itself yet. We'll check it out next time.
Okay.
Or did you not reset your? Oh no, you did, didn't you? You did reset your max HP.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it didn't take.
No, it didn't. Click apply. And then just move on to the next page, and then. Okay, no, just give it some time. It'll update. I think there'll be a moment where Quinn asks you whether or not you guys should return the Dragon Slayer. or should we keep hold of it? And you see in his eyes, like, he wants to keep it. He really wants to keep it. But whoever was buried there seemed pretty pissed off that we took it. I don't know if I want any bad juju following me around.
Let's do it tomorrow. Let's think about bringing it back tomorrow at the very least. We've got friends here now. We got
in that time, he changes his mind. It's like, no, I'm keeping it.
Okay.
Screw the juju. I'm keeping it. But yeah. So we'll end it there. Thank you all so much for joining us on this journey.
Yay.
This has been an awful lot of fun.
It's been pretty crazy.
Now,
I'm sorry I got a little emotional here and there.
Hey man, so did I. Like, this was a really good journey, and like
we learned a lot. I learned a lot as a player. Good,
and I learned a lot as a DM. And I'm really glad that that everything went by well. Like, I'm glad that that fight was challenging, but not a complete ruffle stomp, which is what I was really worried about on both ends.
Oh my god! And I still have all these healing potions.
I mean, there was so much stuff that you didn't need. But I guess the trouble is with being a singular character, because it uses your action to consume a potion. Like, you're basically sacrificing your whole turn.
Yeah.
So, like, action economy when you get to lower amounts of characters really sucks.
Yeah. 6 healing potions and 1 greater healing potion, and I didn't use them.
You didn't use any of them, but it's good that you had them.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, because if I didn't have any spells to get Quinn up, I would have had those healing potions to get
I mean, that was the thing. Like, you made a really like, had you not been a cleric, you probably would have needed those potions a lot more. But I think you had so many tools at your disposal to heal and do everything.
Yeah, I think building my spells to basically be like healing and buffing, and then focusing on attacking, like, was just a good.
It worked really well. Like, I think playing a character like a life cleric, I think is probably the best choice for playing on your own.
Especially when you've got a companion who is your shield,
because you can just do all that. I mean, maybe having you could do it the other way around, and maybe have a companion that heals. But having a life cleric with all the class features and all the kind of different bonuses you get, just stacks so much more on top of the abilities that the healer spellcaster gets.
Yeah. So
it was really good. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm glad that you guys all joined us. I really hope you enjoyed it as well. There are follow-up adventures to Dragon of Icespire Peak that come with the Essentials kit, which is what this adventure is from. It's all on D&D Beyond. I'm still trying to decide whether or not we're going to carry on
or do something different.
Do more adventures with Dourrebelle and Quinn, and we can carry on and do stuff like Stormlord's Wrath, Sleeping Dragon's Wake, and Divine Contention, which are the 3. Those 3 are much shorter adventures. I think Stormlord's Wrath goes from level 7 to level 9, and then the next one goes from level 9 to level 11, and then I think the last one ends at level 12.
Oh, right, okay.
So they're much shorter, and but then it kind of gets a bit crazier. If you want us to do that, then by all means let us know. If you want us to do something completely different, I have a couple of ideas in mind of things that we could do instead for a one-on-one adventure. I'm also figuring out the logistics of DMing for more players. So if you want to see me run a game with more players, then let me know as well. I'm happy to try and do both too. Obviously, with things being the way they are at the moment, it isn't feasible to physically do more than a single player because Emily is trapped with me in this flat. So
self-isolating together.
It would need to be like an online sort of thing, but I'd try and do my best to make it as good and high quality a stream as possible. But yeah, like, please let me know.
We're gonna move on to the after stream, so if you're watching live, then we'll chat with you in a second.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming along with us on this adventure.
I'm getting really emotional.
Aww, it's because we did this.
This is only the second campaign that I've ever finished.
Yeah.
And the first one was wacky and wild.
It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Seriously, thank you guys.
Thank you guys for coming along and listening to us through our silliness and the serious moments and me freaking out and, you know, when we're panicking and whatever.
We did shout at each other a little bit.
Yeah, but, you know,
we're married, it's fine.
We're married, emotions get tense, you know, it's whatever. But I love you, so it's all good.
Right.
All right. See you guys.